excited today, Janine. Welcome back to our channel, everyone. Janine and I, Crystal here. Just getting back to doing another video for you guys on how to really build a successful business and
Mhm.
how to go about becoming the leader that you want to be, right? And so a lot of it, I mean, the last couple of weeks, we've been going through a lot of leadership and personal development. And there's definitely some specific topics we wanted to discuss with all y'all today. So I'm excited, Janine.
I am too. Thank
Um,
you. Thanks for
yeah,
starting
so
off.
you want to share with us as far as like what are we going to talk about? And how could we help other individuals out there when it comes to this certain topic?
Yes. Well, first off, I'm excited to be here today. It's been, 2 weeks since we've been back on this, but I'm excited to be here with all of you guys and to be empowering so many women out there. So thank you again, Crystal, for starting it off. But today we're going to actually be talking about, environment, who you surround yourself with, that affects who you are as an individual. And another thing would be distractions, whether it be social media, whether it be Netflix, whether it be associations, like what I said earlier, right? So I'm excited for that. And I'm excited to start it off with asking a question to Crystal, So Crystal, like, when it comes to associations, and I don't know if you ever heard of the saying, but when you hang around with four people, you become that fifth person. Wait, hold on. When you hang around four people, you become the fifth person similar to them. Something like that. I have to find a
Okay.
quote, but you know which
Yeah.
quote I'm talking
No,
about?
I hear what you're saying is like say for example, if you're hanging out with four different billionaires,
Yeah.
you're eventually going to become that fifth billionaire. Or if you're going to hang out with four different um homeless people, you might become that fifth person, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's just honestly about who you're around, right? So I know what quote you're talking about. Think of it right now. It's all right.
Yeah,
But
so it's somewhere along the
but
lines of that.
right.
But when it comes to you as an individual, I know we kind of talked about how who you're around with from last 2 weeks podcast about it affecting you mentally and how it can affect you when it changes your mindset. But when it comes to more environment and being distracted, like not having to party every weekend or not having to do the typical things that people typically do during their, weekends or weekdays, how do you keep yourself, not distracted with that chaos, but then at the same time still be normal and still do what you love and not just work, 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 but knowing when to be distracted, on what certain type of things to be distracted towards. If you guys hear my niece, I do apologize. She's talking more now than ever, and she's singing, okay? But Crystal, yeah. So how do you, what are things that you consider yourself distracted with? And let's say you do get distracted, how do you kind of like go away from it so you're right back on the same path, you know?
Okay. Okay. Yeah, those are awesome questions. And honestly, I think with today's topic, it's something that everybody can relate with, whether even if it's not building a business, even if it's just like trying to focusing on building a family or focusing on going through school or something like that, right? So this is definitely a topic that could relate to everybody. And when it comes to uh really relieving those distractions so that way you can focus on what matters and putting yourself in a situation to where it's going to benefit you rather than hold you back. um there's one quote that comes to mind that I always think of to myself. That's like the first and foremost thing. Um and that's something that tell myself. I say, and this is something that I tell my spouse, Justin, too. Uh, it's if it does not bring you peace, purpose, or profit, it does not deserve your energy, time, or effort. Okay. So now when you're thinking about that, okay, maybe you're in a situation and you're hanging out with some good people, people that you've known most of your life, and you consider them family, or maybe they are family and stuff, but that they're not really living up to their true potential, and they're not wanting to be successful in making their life different. Like, there's one thing about saying that they want a different life, they want to be wealthy, they want to be financially independent, but then there's another thing of doing it, right? And so that comes down to being surrounded by those types of people. Is if they keep saying it and keep saying it and nothing happens, over time, it's just like, do you actually want it? Like, I know you deserve it, but you have to be willing to put in the work.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes the same thing for surrounding yourself with people with either a negative thought or negative mindset or a positive mindset. For myself, when I'm surrounded by people that are more negative thought thinking, like, well, there's no way of reaching my dreams. I can't do it. I have to do this, XYZ. I have no time. Just a lot of like negativity. You start to become that person, and you start to say, okay, well, I can't do this, I can't do that, blah, 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 and then it becomes like a subconscious thought. Just from our last class, we were talking about thoughts. Whereas if you put yourself in a positive environment where everybody is encouraging each other, right? To say, hey, we know where you're coming from. We've been there. This is how we can help you get out of it, like by sharing examples, And so the more you hang out with the people that are in more of a positive atmosphere, the more that you start to realize your true potential, and then you go for what you want. Now, that brings it to, okay, maybe you start to reach for your goals and pursue them. Well, how do you stop yourself from getting so distracted? And this is something that we learned really today, is just from Janine and I, one of our leadership classes, is just being tested by distractions, right? As we set a goal in mind in building a business, whether, no matter what industry it is, how laser focused are you in achieving those goals? And are you setting yourself a standard? Are you setting yourself a schedule so that way you can get there? It's okay to stop. And, for myself, sometimes I stop and I watch a TV episode here or there. Right now I'm definitely on SWAT. Freaking love SWAT. But I don't allow myself to binge watch it, or because like I know that I could totally sit there for like 6-7 hours watching all all those shows, right? And then like look up and be like, oh shoot, the day is gone. What did I get done? Nothing. So I have like a strict routine for myself. A lot of the times I'm like, okay, as long as I accomplish these tasks for the day, I can watch one episode for the day, or as long as I can get all this done within the week, I'll spend most of my time just relaxing, not thinking about business, and I'll focus on my animals, my just hanging out, maybe going out to the lake with some friends, whatever it is, to kind of just take a break, because we also do need that break, but we also don't want to make it that just too much of a distraction, take over your time, right? So it's really about time managing, in my case is what I see. So that's kind of like how my day to day goes. And I'm not perfect. There are some days where I do catch myself and half the day goes and I'm like, oh shoot, okay, that's it. you know I gotta get up and go. And if I can't focus on what I need to get done, I take myself out of the environment. Maybe my house is just making me feel like not doing anything, so
Yeah.
just go to the park. I'll go to the coffee shop, right? So yeah, but you know, Janine, I know a lot of the times you're more of an environment around a lot of more positive people. And um when it comes to that, share us some experiences and how you get what you get from that, and how it drives you to keep doing more in building yourself up in just becoming the higher version of you, right? And then how do you stop yourself from being distracted? Maybe your way is different than my way,
Mhm.
and maybe it'll help somebody out there, with that. So,
Perfect. Well, first off, thank you for sharing. I mean, one thing I can say, Crystal, is we're normal. We're human, and we do have our days, where we just like sometimes we just have to have it to ourselves, or sometimes we just need to restart ourselves. And it's okay as long as we don't let it go so much where it's always just us, getting distracted. But for me, Crystal, I mean, one of the biggest things is I love being around people who push me to be better. I love positive people. I hate being around negative people who just talk about drama, or who just need me when they want someone to vent to about drama.
mm,
So that's one of the biggest thing for me is who I surround myself with. I'm very picky. Um, for those who don't know, I graduated high school, shoot, 2016, and I honestly can say that, I mean, I don't feel bad for myself. I have one real best friend out of high school, and we still talk, and she has supported me ever since I started the business. She's the first person who got a policy with us. She's the first person whoever got started into the company with us. Although she's not in the business right now because she has other goals and aspirations, she supports me 100%. She goes to events when I invite her. And that's one thing that I love is being surrounded by people. And it doesn't have to be in the business, but people who actually support my goals and my dreams is the reason why I keep them in my life. There are people that I still talk to from high school and stuff like that, but I love surrounding myself with people who just push me to be better. And it sucks that sometimes distractions are people that you used to hang out with a lot, whether it's friends, whether it's family. You just have to think about what's better for you, what will bring you to a higher part in your life where you can achieve what you want in life. And although it might suck to not have those people around you all the time, and sometimes it feels like you're cutting off people that you don't want to cut off, but it's for the best. But when it when it comes to you know um being distracted and putting myself like back on the right path, is my fiance when he reminds me like, hey, like, you've been on Netflix for a little bit, you've been binge watching, it's 2 a.m. and you're still in bed. So have that person or a group of individuals who push you to get back on the right path when it comes to being distracted. And I know that you're all the way in Colorado, Crystal, but I love the fact that even though you don't have the environment that I have here, you're still rocking it. You're still, positive, because there are some people who need people around them. But that's the good thing about Zoom. That's a good thing about being one phone call away, being one text away, is you can always, contact people. So one thing that I love about having a office and being surrounded every day by people who push me to be better is They are constantly in your ears reminding you on why you do what you do, you know? And sometimes it might feel like it's not it's not what you want to hear, but sometimes the things you don't want to hear is what you need to hear, you know? And for me, I would say when it comes to being distracted, like what you said, it's okay to be distracted, and you should have, goals where if I hit this, or if I do this, if I mark this off my checklist, then I get a 30-minute break, or then I get a half day. So it's good to also have things where um you get achieved by. What is it called? A reward. It's good to have a reward after everything that you've accomplished, and
Okay.
it's not a bad thing, right?
Mhm.
Because for me, mine is, being able to help as many family, but being able to enjoy what I do. A quote that I live by is, enjoying the journey and not just the destination, because it's not just the destination that you want to get to. It's the whole journey itself, the people you meet, the people you've encountered, the relationships you grow, the person you become, the person you grow into, the the memories you make, whether it be with people that you love, or yourself, or like things that you discover in life, so that's my biggest things when it comes to it. But when it comes to being distracted, I feel like it is okay to be distracted, but not for too long. And then it's okay to, have your days off, but make sure you have a reason why you're having it off. Make it a reward, not just like, okay, I'm gonna be having this day off because I'm tired from working this many days, but because you've accomplished something, because then you'll feel so much better with that reward of you being able to, get a day off, or being able to watch a Netflix shows. You're on a Netflix show for SWAT right now. I'm into Grey's Anatomy.
Nice.
So we're human. I mean, it's
Okay.
okay to, to do certain things, as long as it's a reward, because it makes us feel, better about ourselves,
Absolutely.
but
Absolutely. Just
I agree with you when it comes to that.
yeah. Um definitely can I get behind that as far as what you're saying when it comes to yeah, we're human. We're human, you know?
Yeah, we're
And
human.
but are you going to allow it to take over your time, or are you going to set yourself up to a way where you can succeed and you can have it all? What is something that we hear is you can have it all and be it all as long as you schedule it in,
Yes.
right? So,
Make your calendar your boss.
absolutely. Wow, this is definitely something, where a lot of people that I feel kind of struggle when it comes to just time managing and trying to get the things done that they want to get done, but then they keep getting distracted. And unfortunately, you know, watching TV shows is one of the biggest distractions. But
Mm.
as long as we, you know, schedule it in and make our days count, I think that's the way to go for a lot of people. And tell me, you guys out there, tell us what you guys think and how maybe you guys overcome, your distractions. How do you organize your time in being more efficient and staying on track, but also enjoying life, right? Enjoying the things that you like to do. Um, and we would love to definitely hear as far as like what kind of input y'all have, and
Mm.
or if you have any other questions as far as business goes, or life, personal development kind of stuff. We're here to kind of give you some insight as to how things are helping us, and maybe it'll help you. So
Yes. Thank you, Crystal. But before we end, I did want to say, one quote, that I feel like definitely relates to what we talked about today is, surround yourself with people who push you to do better and be better. No drama, no negativity, just higher goals and higher motivation. Good times and positive energy, no jealousy or hate. Simply bring out the absolute best and each other. And I feel that's what you and I do when it comes to bringing out the best of each other. Yes, we do vent when it comes to certain things, and that's just a sistership that we created, but being able to, just uplift each other and remind each other why we do what we do, and remember that, we're human, so it's okay to do certain things, but always to just achieve, um rise higher, and always push for what's better for us.
Right. And it's crazy how much we help each other grow and build each other up, you know. And we've barely known each other for like what, 2 years, and we met each other on social media.
2 years?
Yeah, 2 years. Crazy.
2 years.
But it's amazing the kinds of people that you can meet out there,
Yeah.
and the environment you can get into. So anyways, thank you again, Janine, for
You,
taking some time
Crystal.
to sit with us and just collaborate on today's topic. It was definitely impactful for a lot of folks, I believe, and can't wait for the next class. So
Yes. Thank you,
until
everyone.
next time, right? So
Bye.